Hi everyone, Scrappy Kathy here with Follow a Sketch February and day 2, and I'm not going to be doing them every day, but for today I am, and I'm also doing the load day 2 prompt, load 222, and the prompt has to do with what or who feels like home. And of course you all know that home is not the same without my my sweetheart. So I didn't want to get too, this is a hard month because it's a year ago that he was home and we became aware, where things were headed. And then he passed away on February 8th. So a lot of emotion tied up in all of that. So I didn't want to get too down on this one. I kind of want to celebrate what does feel like home, and it's you all. It's crafting and making stuff and visiting with you for the length of a video, and afterwards with your comments and questions. So thank you very much for that. And I have this photo that I took as, I think I took it when I started, or yeah, it looks like it was when I started the organization series, because I've made a lot of changes to how this is set up, but it still represents what I need it to represent, which is home. This right here, where I am right now, and what's pictured right here is the most at home that I feel. It's the safest, happiest place that I can be. And the technique prompt at Load was to use purple. So I happen to have a strip of paper. It's Lawn Fawn, and it's called Amethyst, and it has the polka dots on the other side. I've used it on a couple other projects. It came in the Mind the Scrap kit. I honestly don't remember whether it was January, December, or November. I have all three loaded in the same stand right now. And I had this yellow paper, which I'm not really sure where that also came from Mind the Scrap, but I'm not sure what the brand is. It's the one that has the black buffalo plaid on the other side, and I've used that on a recent layout. But for this one, the sketch is this kind of vertical stand of papers, and this one actually goes all the way down. I'm going to lay this, the scrap of the dotted paper doesn't quite match up with that, so I'm going to let a little bit of frame show. Same for the reverse of it, which I tore, and then I'm going to use this as the piece that goes all the way across. And then the title is going to come from these alphas, which I had left in my Scrap Backwards kit for this month, or for last month. And I've got H and then a 0 and a W, which I can turn upside down into an M, and an E to spell the word home. And so I'm going to do that. And then maybe these things which have lost their stick and are slowly losing their glitter, but because they're glittered, and because I love glitter and the look of glitter and the feel of glitter and the mood of glitter, I really wanted to use them since it's about me and crafting. So anyway, and I have typed up some journaling, and I'm going to lay it out in strips just as in the sketch. And then I have both sticker sheet and chipboard from the Echo Park I'd Rather Be Crafting collection, and I'll try to piece together something that makes sense. The color scheme is totally different. I'll try to piece together something that makes sense for this kind of title cluster area and this little area where the bow is. And those are the only two places I'm going to embellish. Go figure. Okay, so let's get this started. And like I said, I kind of laid this stuff out. I'm going to scooch these things there, and I know I want this one below there. The only thing I've done is kind of, and these were scraps. This is the size it was, so I didn't measure it. I figured it would work, and I debated whether to put it on the black and white side because I love that pattern so much. But the yellow seemed to make sense with the photo because there's a lot of that color yellow in the photo. So now let me put this on kind of right down there, and then this goes kind of right there. I think it's the same length. It's not exactly, but it's going to be close enough. Okay, and I've got purple dots here and the purple there, and there's purple over here. So let's see, do I want it this way? I'm going to do it this way. And this is Watercolor Wishes, the Lawn Fawn collection that's from is Watercolor Wishes. And this is the Amethyst watercolor, and I love both sides of that paper. And I love the branding strip. I think that's just really pretty. Okay, now there is in this kit, there's a strip of measuring tape, and I thought that might be appropriate too. So I'm overlaying it on that branding strip, and I think that's going to work well. Now, let me put the title. These things are sliding all over the place, so that's my M. Let me get, there are bits and pieces of this. This is made its way into a million different, oh look, there's a real M. I'm going to use that. And we'll see where that goes. I'm going to have to use, I hate to throw this away. I might do a page that just uses up all the rest of those letters. But I'm not going to try to put it away because they go everywhere. Okay, I'm gonna, let's see, my photo, I think I'm gonna put a little over to the left, like it is in the sketch, and I'll line it up at the top of whatever those little guys are. And I have just a little thin layer of foam behind it. There is, I notice in here now, some purple, the brown kind of door, and then the floors kind of look purple on there. So I'm going to put the title kind of up fairly high, but a little lower than the level of the photo so that I can fit all of my strips. And I'm going to go ahead and do the strips right now. And I have sometimes used foam behind strips like this, and I might do that on here. I'm going to cut a piece of this and just cut thin strips across it, and then lay the strips, maybe not completely. Okay, so this first line says home is where the heart is, and I have some little tiny heart sequins that I'm gonna kind of put on this strip. And I have I was cutting vegetables last night and I mistook my thumb for a vegetable, and so I'm going to kind of put it there without worrying whether it's straight or parallel, because I kind of want them to look a little bit wonky. They don't have to look terribly wonky, but it won't bother me if they look a little wonky. This is really annoying. And I have no idea how it happened. I didn't realize it happened till till I saw evidence of it on the vegetables, and then I started looking and found the cut. So it must have been chopping onions, but it wasn't the onions that had the evidence. It was the bell peppers. Okay, so I have a different font. I'm going to try to see if I can get another strip out of this. And I have to try to keep stuff clean. This is not, and I'm because that happened yesterday, and that was with a knife and not scissors, but I'm very paranoid about it maybe happening again. So that's why I'm tentative as I'm doing this, and that makes it take even longer. I'm doing this Follow a Sketch February is an event in Scrapping Reflections, and Scrapping Reflections is Sandy Reversky, otherwise known as State Goddess, and she's got some great sketches out there, so I hope to do quite a few of them. It's just, this is going to be a kind of a strange month. I have all my regular series, one of which is my Thursday series with Shannon Allor called Challenge Accepted, and Challenge Accepted is doing sketches by Lisa Sikorsky in here. You know what? I've put them in on out of order. I should have been a little more attentive. There. I'll read that to you when it's all on there. I want to move this down. Oops, that's not going to look good. I've torn the paper, but I want to bring that down and this down, and then this will go on it. Let's see, I think I have. I don't. It just says, home is where the heart is, and I lost my heart a year ago. Crafting feels safe and keeps me busy, so home is where I feel safe. And you never minded living in a giant craft room, so it feels natural and safe to live here, even without you. And I know he would know what that means. He knows. And you all probably do too. I haven't been real silent about such things. Okay, so let's do some glue. I need to get where I can figure out what is going on with the new glue I got. I heard wonderful things about it, and at the Scrap Smarter experience, and I ordered some. It came in and I used it and I loved it, but I followed it. What I ordered came with a little cap, and I followed the instructions to the letter, and the cap that was, I guess what was left, the capping system didn't seem adequate to me, and sure enough it isn't. It dried out, and second time I tried to use it, it didn't work. So I've gone back to my Nuvo liquid adhesive. Now, I have some crafting related flair here that I thought would go nicely with some of these. I think maybe the depth of a sticker might be better. I like the scissors, and so I'm going to use this combo. Maybe I'll do them this way and kind of tuck that in, or put it on top, because you don't need to see what that photo is. I'll maybe do it like that, and then I can do a flower or something else interesting. I'm just going to go ahead and stick it down, and I'll stick this down. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time because for me, the embellishing isn't what this page, what makes this page is the title and the journaling. And so I'm not gonna just worry a whole lot. I do use lots of flowers in my scrapping normally, and this kind of brings some red in. So I'm gonna just put this flower where does this flower want to go? It's almost too big. So I'm gonna put it down here as part of the cluster that I'm gonna build there. I actually kind of wanted that one to be larger. But let's see what else we can use. I've got this banner thing that says I love crafting. And it could maybe go. That's not looking right either. Let me take just a little red button and put it here and maybe have it anchor a trio of sequins. I'll put that right there. And then these sequins, I've got yesterday 2 new sequin mixes. They're brand new February sequins from Spiegel Mom Scraps. I've got Kiss and Tell and Dreaming of Spring. And the Dreaming of Spring have the purple, big purple sequins that I can use. And then these have little black and white sequins and red hearts and some white. So I'm gonna definitely put a heart here. And I'm actually going to do one of these little black and white ones up here. And I'm going to kind of shock this bright yellow by putting a purple sequin up here. It shows that it's purple if you put it out over white, but I'm gonna just put it there on the yellow. I'll defy all rules of logic and wisdom. And many of you are out there saying, when don't I defy all those rules? I don't, I spent way too much time worrying about logic and wisdom in my previous life. Let's see what else we want. I really like this pink tape dispenser, and I want to put some foam behind it to raise it up, but I want the handle of it to be tucked under here. So that works. And then I've got another craft related flare here that I can just kind of tack down. And then I have some stickers that have paintbrush, like paintbrushes and pencils. So I'll use a paintbrush one to kind of go across that flare. That should work. When I put it in the page protector, it's going to stick down underneath, and I'm not going to try to cut any foam that thin to prevent that. So now I want to use some sequins down here, and I'm going to use one of those purple ones for sure, because it's down here with the purple, and I'm going to do it on the purple to really kind of have that color shine. And I'm going to take another one of the little black and white ones and put it here. And those little black and white ones just kind of really stand out, I think. And what color button do I want to use here? There's a red, there's a pink. I could go with the pink. That kind of goes with, I'm going to pull it from the stickers instead of the chipboard this time. I'll take the pink, because it kind of brings in the pink of that. It's about the only pink in all of this was the tape runner. Okay, so I think I'm done. I had a few other flares and lots more sequins, but I think I'm just gonna stop here and let it stand on its own. I think I've been fairly true to the sketch and fairly true to how I'm feeling this time of year. And as usual, the load prompt just kind of hits at a heartfelt kind of place. So that worked out well. That always happens with load. I'm a huge load fan, and even last year when things were so hard, I tried to do the February load. It didn't last long, but I needed and welcomed the distraction that was there. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.